From historic individual performances to legendary team dynasties, college wrestling has seen some truly impressive feats over the years. Records are there to be broken, but not these three records, which have become an integral part in the rich legacy of college wrestling. Here are three more of the most unbreakable records in college wrestling history. Number 3, 9 straight NCAA Team National Championships by the Iowa Hawkeyes. From 1978 to 1986, the Iowa Hawkeyes wrestling program, led by the legendary coach Dan Gable, achieved an incredible feat of winning every team title for 9 consecutive years. During this period, Iowa produced a total of 21 NCAA individual champions, but it was their unparalleled depth that set them apart. The most impressive statistic of this historic run is that they had 71 All-Americans out of the possible 90, which translates to a staggering 79% of their starters ending up on the podium throughout the 9 years. In the 1976 and 1977 seasons, they would win the title with 6 All-Americans, but every year after that, they would get 8 or 9 All-Americans. Although they sometimes won by a slim margin, such as in 1978, when they won by only half a point, other years saw them leave no doubt of their dominance, like in 1986, when they won by an astonishing 73.75 points. The next closest team to Iowa's incredible run of 9 consecutive team titles was Oklahoma State, who won 7 in a row from 1939 to 1946. Currently, the team most likely to challenge Iowa's streak is Penn State, who have won 10 out of the last 12 national titles, but have never won more than 4 in a row, with Ohio State interrupting their run in 2015 and Iowa claiming the title in 2021. While Penn State has won the past 2 national titles, they face an uphill battle to surpass Iowa's record. In fact, they would have to win every team title from now until 2030 just to tie the Hawkeyes record. And then they'd have to win the 2031 team title to break it. The reason why Iowa's 9 consecutive team titles record is so tough to break is that it demands sustained excellence year after year. Even a single injury to a returning national champ, or 2 or 3 of your top wrestlers taking an Olympic red shirt, or 1 weak recruiting class with 1 or 2 underperforming wrestlers can put a team at risk of losing the title that year and breaking the streak. It's not just about being good, it's about being consistently great. And that's what makes this record one of the most unbreakable in college wrestling history. So the Iowa Hawkeyes record of 9 straight team national titles may live for years to come, if not forever. Number 2, Kyle Dake, or Kid Dynamite, winning 4 NCAA titles at 4 different weight classes. During his collegiate wrestling career from 2010 to 2013 at Cornell University, Kyle Dake achieved an extraordinary feat, winning a national championship in each of his 4 years while also moving up a weight class every year. Dake's journey began in 2010 at 141 pounds, where he defeated Montel Marion in the finals. The following year, he competed at 149 pounds and emerged victorious over Frank Molinaro in the championship match. In 2012, Dake claimed his 3rd title after defeating Derek St. John, and he completed his historic run in 2013 with a memorable victory over David Taylor to secure his 4th consecutive national championship. What makes Kyle Dake's achievement even more impressive is that most wrestlers in college stick to the same weight class for all 4 years, and if they do move up in weight, it's usually just once in their career. So there may only be a few wrestlers that have even competed in 4 different weight classes during their career, much less win the national championship at each weight. And let's not forget the significant style differences between wrestlers competing in the 141-pound weight class and those in the 165-pound weight class. Many 141-pounders are going to rely on speed, quickness, and agility, while 165-pounders are going to be drastically stronger. Despite this, Kyle Dake was able to successfully adapt his wrestling style to match his opponents and find a way to win. This highlights his exceptional skill in every aspect of wrestling, from his ability to attack the legs to being impossible to ride and his dominance in top position. Speaking of Kyle's ability to control his opponents on top, I'm going to give you a bonus record that may never be broken. In Dake's 2011 NCAA Finals match against Frank Molinaro, he accumulated a staggering 6 minutes and 29 seconds of riding time in that match. After securing a takedown just 25 seconds into the first period, Kyle proceeded to ride Molinaro for the entire second period, got a reversal in 6 seconds into the third period, and Dake finished the match on top. While we may see this much riding time during the regular season versus a much lower level opponent, it's unlikely we'll ever witness such a feat in an NCAA finals match again. Now, since I gave you an extra record that will never be broken in college wrestling, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you've enjoyed the video. It helps me out a lot and lets me know you like this style of content. Now let's get back to Dake's 4 titles. And I can't forget maybe the most impressive thing about his college career is that entering his senior year, Kyle Dake was attempting to become only the 3rd wrestler ever to win 4 NCAA titles. Most wrestlers in his position would have tried to find the easiest path to a championship, but Dake chose to bump up a weight class to 165 pounds, where David Taylor, the previous year's Hodge Trophy winner, was waiting after having one of the most dominant seasons in 2012. But this type of mentality is what spurred Kyle Dake to be great. We will likely never see another wrestler win 4 national titles at 4 different weight classes. Number 1, Minnesota's 2001 national championship team that placed all 10 starters on the podium for an All-American in every weight class. Considering that the NCAA is unlikely to introduce an additional weight class, it is safe to say that no team will surpass Minnesota's record of having all 10 starters earn All-American honors, making it a truly unbreakable record. There have been several teams that have achieved 9 All-Americans, such as Iowa, who has done it on at least 6 different occasions. However, none of these teams were able to accomplish the feat of having all 10 wrestlers place on the podium. Minnesota had 3 wrestlers who placed 3rd, 3 wrestlers who placed 4th, making a total of 6 who competed in the 3rd place match, 1 wrestler who placed 5th, 1 wrestler who placed 6th, and 2 who placed 8th. And not every starter in the lineup was projected to All-American. This Minnesota team had 2 wrestlers come out of the 10 seed and end up on the podium. The 2001 Minnesota team was able to accumulate a total of 138.5 team points, without any of their wrestlers reaching the finals. This impressive team score would have been enough to beat Penn State's team from the most recent season, which scored 137.5 team points. In fact, the 138.5 score would have been enough to beat 16 out of the 21 championship teams from 2002 to 2023. One of the reasons why getting 10 All-Americans is a difficult feat is that Division I wrestling programs are only allotted 9.9 scholarships. So at least 1 wrestler from Minnesota's 2001 team and probably multiple wrestlers who achieved All-American status were not on a full athletic scholarship. This record will never be broken, and we may not see another team even match it.